Success. I have the great pleasure and honor of introducing the 2016 Rafael College Commencement keynote speaker, Wang. Philip, a co-founder of the independent production company known as Wang Productions, which he started with friends and classmates Wesley Chen and Ted Fu, who also graduated from University of California, San Diego in 2006 with degrees in visual arts. In the last 10 years, the company has grown to amass over 2.5 million subscribers around the world and over 4 million views of their dramatic short films and comedic sketches. Their creative work has been recognized for its striking quality and emotional depth, as well as authentic representation of Asian Americans, earning honors and praise from organizations like CNN, NPR, and even the White House. From simple roots at Mandeville Auditorium, Phil, Wes, and Ted began creating digital content before YouTube was even created. Now, the digital and streaming industry had expanded beyond what anyone could have ever imagined just a decade ago. As pioneers and leaders in the ever-growing space, Wang Productions continue to expand on and off their channel, most recently with their film, Everything Before Us, being released on Netflix. Now, as it is Rafael's tradition, our commencement speaker today was nominated by the students who serve on the Rafael Graduate Committee who are sitting with us today. Please join us in welcoming Wang. Yeah!
Oh man, if you guys could see this is very intimidating. I'm gonna start by saying I'm extremely nervous. I'm gonna get that out of the way, so cut me some slack. First of all, I want to say that this is probably the biggest honor of my life thus far, and I met President Obama in 2011. Although I don't think he knew who I was, so this is really great. Thank you, UC San Diego Rafael College, for inviting me to speak and believing I'm qualified to share my thoughts with the fragile minds of 20-year-olds. Like they said, I was a visual arts major at Ravel. Exactly, there were 5 of us. And art major at Ravel, okay? And that's not me throwing shade at Ravel. That's actually, I owe a lot to them because when I applied, I didn't really know that ranking, and I made Ravel my 4th choice, actually. That's also not a knock on them. That's me saying thank you, because the 3 other colleges passed me up, but you guys took me in with open arms. Thank you. Congrats to you guys. You guys made it through Ravel's GEs as well, and or maybe are pretending you guys could just be walking, which is actually what I did. I had one last social science to cover that I had to take care of in summer. Mom and Dad weren't too happy about that. But either way, you're sitting here, and for some reason, I'm standing up here. And honestly, if you are confused who I am, I'm with you. Commencement speakers are usually super successful celebrities or people who've changed the world, or at least have had 40 or 50 years life experience to share. But I'm not Steve Jobs, I'm not Oprah or Conan, and I'm barely 10 years older than you guys. So I'm not even gonna try to pretend like I'm some super wise or successful dude about to drop some great quote bomb on you guys. Some of you guys might know me as a third of Wang Productions. Some of you guys might know me as that Asian guy on the internet you saw once. And for the most of you guys, I'm just some guy. And honestly, that's actually how I want to talk to you guys today, as just some guy. Some guy who's just like you, who went through their 20s and can now share with you what to expect in these next 10 years. The real stuff, okay? Not the inspirational stuff, I'm just kidding. This is gonna be a really inspirational speech, guys. I thought a lot about what I could say to inspire you, but honestly, you guys are gonna be floating around for a while. And while all that, grab life by the reins stuff is very motivating, what I think it would be helpful if you guys knew what was directly ahead. So I actually want to talk to you guys about just two things today. You see, of all the obstacles and challenges you face in the post-grad life, there are two subjects that everyone my age talks about throughout your 20s, and definitely by the time you hit your 30s. And let's face it, 30 years old is super old to you guys. So I feel like if I let you guys know what's ahead at the end, what's most important at the end, it'll help you along the way and positively affect you guys in the years after, because yes, there are years after 30. The first thing that everyone talks about is their job. Everyone, I think a lot of graduates think that as soon as they graduate, they're going to get one awesome, sweet job or follow one track, and they're going to love it and stay with it forever. But the truth is you're going to have multiple jobs. Hopefully. You're going to try. That was me, sorry. The economy's great. Okay. You're going to try a lot of things for a few years, possibly hate it, try something else, and you're going to constantly be questioning, shifting, and building your career. Now, this is where most speeches would go down the route of telling you to go after your dreams and pursue your passions. You might be the next Steve Jobs. But let me be real with you. While I don't disagree with a lot of those inspirational messages, I know that there are a lot of people who go through their life and actually don't know what their true passion is. For some, it's still too early. Some were never encouraged to think that way. And so I don't want to stand up here and make people scared that, like, oh my gosh, I'm not actually that passionate about social sciences or electrical engineering. What am I going to do with this degree? Look, if you already know your passion, then absolutely go for it. Don't be afraid of failure. Nothing goes according to plan, perseverance, etc. You guys have seen those BuzzFeed videos of the graduation speeches, and I 100% endorse them. They're super true. I know from experience. Okay, listen to them. Go for your dreams. But for those of you who draw a blank or shrug when someone says to chase your dreams, it's okay. It's okay to not be sure yet. Honestly, I didn't know my passion was storytelling and directing even when I was sitting where you guys were. I knew I enjoyed it. I knew it was something I was good at. But passion is such a heavy word. And as a 21-year-old, how could I really be sure? But here's the thing. I didn't chase my passion, but I became passionate about what I chased. And you should do the same in your life, whether it's in your job or it's a hobby. Because what's more important than just having a dream is having the ambition to reach them. So be ambitious and enthusiastic in whatever you do. Always strive for more in and outside your career. You'll be surprised where that might lead you. Even strong enthusiasm towards something is a challenge for some, but it can transform your life. And it did mine. That's honestly why I'm here. So whether it's real estate or comics or art or fitness, whatever, explore with vigor and zeal, and I assure you that when you reach the end of your 20s, your life will be better because you did so. Just don't live your life passively, okay? Understand that if you know your purpose and your passion, that knowing is a gift. Don't waste any time being timid and get to work towards it. And if you don't know, consider it a duty, a high priority to actively figure it out at some point in the years ahead. I feel like that could have been just the speech right there. I feel like that would be fine. But like I said, there's a second thing. There's a second thing that everyone talks about. And this is gonna get a little awkward, okay? The second thing that everyone talks about by the time, like all through your 30s or 20s, is relationships. It's weird. Like love and relationships, for some reason, actually, I think some people are more concerned with finding that than actually chasing their dreams. It's kind of funny how much love dictates our lives, but it's uncomfortable and it's cheesy, but seriously, no matter how accomplished you become or how many friends envy your life, if you aren't happy in your heart, nothing else matters. So just bear with me, let me get awkward for a second. Just 3 quick thoughts about love, okay? It's gonna get weird for a second, right? But, okay. First, love yourself. Your journey to finding love is going to be very challenging, and many of you will experience extreme pain when a relationship is taken away, or when you regret a mistake, or when you're just really, really lonely. But never ever feel like it's the end of the world, and never ever feel like another person is what defined you or made you whole. Work on yourself, believe in yourself, and yes, treat yourself. Discover your own worth and make sure that the person you're with will push you and challenge you to be even greater. Next, love honestly. I think we grow up thinking love is something that happens to us like magic, but it's not. Attraction is, but making a relationship work takes choice, constant choice. And you must be honest with yourself when it comes to the person you choose to being in a relationship with. And this means understanding your emotions. This means also respecting your partner. Feelings are what gives our lives texture, even sad feelings. So embrace the entire spectrum of emotions and learn from each experience. Learn what qualities are important to you, what angers you, and how to communicate better. Learn the difference between a relationship that needs work and a relationship that's not going to work. And most importantly, learn to forgive others and yourself. This will be the most challenging lesson, but the one you're going to need to know the most, because hurting people and getting hurt is part of the journey. So be thankful for those who don't harbor grudges or guilt, because I definitely am. You guys are listening. Cool. Finally, love your family. The 20s is when you really start to humanize your parents. It's at this time that actually a lot of them met, or even had you. There's a fun image for your graduation lunch. You're going to reach the same age and finally realize what your parents have gone through. They weren't always just grown up. They were young, lost, and scared just like you. They were human. And you can start to empathize with them, because being human also means that they won't always be around. So spend time with them. Try not to be annoyed. Tell them thank you. Tell them I love you. Ask them questions about their lives, past and present. They have a lot to share. I hope this brought your idea of the next few years into better perspective. It'll be natural to feel self-conscious for a while. You're going to be worried about if you made the right choices in your major and your job and your life, and embarrassed that compared to your friends, you might not seem like as successful or you know what you're doing, but guess what? No one here knows what they're doing. Everyone is fronting. Especially with social media these days, okay? Everyone's posing for those pictures. Okay, even me, okay? When I graduated, I would often doubt if I was making a mistake by pursuing something as silly and unstable as the arts. I thought all my friends were doing the right thing in their lives and their jobs, comparing. But what kept me going was good friends. Luckily, I got to live the very sensitive period of post-grad life with Wes and Ted, who co-founded Wang Productions with me, and we were lost. But at least we were lost together. So surround yourself with positive people and people that will push and support you as you discover your sense of passion, and people that will be there for you when your love life sucks. Take your time, but don't waste your time. There's a difference. And finding that balance will make your life these next 10 years really, really awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Bill, for this 10 years.
I took a lot of classes at UCSD, but the one class I didn't take was public speaking. Instead, I took private listening, which wasn't nearly as helpful. But I did also take Intro to Awful Jokes, which I did very well at. So you can.